everybody, considering your time zone, and welcome to my live today. We are talking about this past Saturday night's main event that happened in the Australian tour. I'm about to get into it. So, um, 5 star, like I said, five class, uh, five match setup night. Again, there was a few matches. There was the Cody Rhodes versus Jacob Fatu, Rhea Ripley and Io Sky defending their women's tag team championships against um, Liv Morgan and Roxanne Perez, AJ Styles versus Shinsuke Nakamura, and also there was the Fatal 4-Way match that included Sami Zayn, Randy Orton, Randy Orton, um, Trick Williams, and Damian Priest. So for I don't know what it is for the match itself. I wasn't. First thing first, Damian. No, Cody Rhodes and Jacob Fatu match never even got on the way. It never even started. It was a fight from the first sequence, which I'm not too upset about. Just doing the fact that it never really had a full contested matchup. So I don't know. Maybe they might throw that in the card to continue the rivalry, have something to keep it going. I guess they didn't know initially who was going to win the Fatal 4-Way in order to continue the the storyline to seeing who was going to face Drew McIntyre, but um, not really like I said. I think my last two Cody matches I've seen at Saturday night's main event has not. Well, they haven't either ended well, started well. I mean, the sequence itself wasn't bad. Is I guess if you were expecting a match, then you were expecting a match. But instead, they fought the whole entire time, which I'm not mad or upset about. Adds more luster to the rivalry per se. I guess if it's going to be a rivalry, let it go a little further, because especially how the sequence went. So they fought throughout the whole entire arena and to the part to the outside crowd up until Drew McIntyre came and made a statement. He pushed Jacob Fatu, low blow Cody Rhodes, and power bombed them off of the apron, both into, I believe it was over 10, probably less than 10 feet or probably 7 feet into a table. So again, it adds more to the element. Maybe they might end up having a triple threat at the Royal Rumble. Who knows? Depending on. So again, I had advocated on wanting to see Jacob versus Drew McIntyre. I feel like that'll be an interesting group of styles per se. And again, it may adds more aura to Drew, especially for the sequence that it is. And I think the next match on the card, like I said, I feel like I'm getting them in all in order, was Rhea Ripley and Io Sky defending their women's tag team championships against Liv Morgan and Roxanne Perez. Match ended up for me. I think that was probably the best or second to best match on the card per se. Um, uh, Raquel Rodriguez did interfere, um, did add more elements, and then adding to the fact that Stephanie Valkyr came out, her and oh gosh, her and not Roxanne, But once they got into it, it kind of added more to the sequence. Raquel Rodriguez and her and Stephanie Valkyrie, once they got into the sequence, it added more kind of an element to the story. So you could probably see champions versus challengers, probably per se. Maybe it didn't different implement into the story, a little bit different, but again, can't be mad at it. Stephanie, hopefully, like I said, hopefully everything is well. Maybe might end up getting our matchup at the Royal Rumble, but it was and like I said, a good sequence of match. I definitely enjoyed seeing Liv and Roxanne, but Rhea and Io had pulled it off. Um, Again, I don't know where it goes throughout the rest of the sequence. If Judgment Day holds together, I do see them needing like the hold on the belt, holding at least some type of gold at this point. So, but on to the next matchup at hand. It was the reunion of two former like international stars, AJ Styles, the phenomenal one, against Shinsuke Nakamura. Um, if you have seen any of their classic matchups in New Japan, you have obviously seen um, a match worthy style. So it is really awesome. Hey, how's it going? Again, welcome to the live. Make sure y'all subscribe. Um, yeah, there was a good match style. I couldn't lie. AJ Shinsuke, like I said, they have never had a bad match for me. Um, I couldn't complain there. Like I said, I couldn't get mad at the match style. It was a great sequence. Um, Again, they performed. If you have also watched them in New Japan, I've watched them in New Japan. I've seen their rivalry back in 2017. It was a very epic rivalry. Again, AJ Shinsuke, match worthy style. Uh, couldn't even, like I said, say that it would needed more. It did well for what it was worth, and especially for the age of where we are at, especially because of AJ Styles' retirement. I guess you could say retirement tour per se. This is his exit way out. So who knows per se? Again, we're gonna go ahead and end up seeing AJ Styles against Gunther, career on the line. Hopefully, we can still see the phenomenal one. If not, this might be the exit way out for AJ. Who knows per se? I'm hopefully we can still see more of AJ Styles. If this is the retirement tour, then unfortunately, it's the last of our OGs that we've been watching the wrestling. So I'm hoping that his last match be his great one. But AJ Styles been great for where it was. Again, phenomenal forearm into a stylish clash. And AJ and Shinsuke always had a really great rivalry and matchup style. So again, um, I'm looking forward to seeing Gunther and AJ at the Rumble. And the next match we had, which is the final match on here, which is just not even a five match style even. It was Randy Orton, Trick Williams, Damian Priest, and Sami Zayn. Fatal four-way match to determine the number one contender to see who's going to face Drew McIntyre at the Royal Rumble. Um, Again, awesome style, a very interesting style matchups, especially with the wrestlers that were in the ring. Um, Again, Randy being Randy, and then Trick being the new guy that's in here. So it definitely made it more interesting to see Trick involved with a bunch of veterans per se. So this is a great conception for me to want to see Trick Williams against more. main eventers. I could see Trick probably end up. I can end up still seeing. I can end up still seeing AJ. Not AJ. Trick Williams going up against who is that? Randy Orton probably. All right, that will end up being a great rivalry, and who knows? We ended up might still ended up. Yeah, do not remember you from last night, unfortunately. How's it going, Starly? I think I do, but yeah. So, but yeah, we might end up seeing. We're gonna see. It was a great style matchup. Literally, again, I thought Randy Orton was going to win. They ended up going a different direction per se. I guess international reasons with it being with everything with Saturday Night Man being in Montreal. Um, it's not a bad way. I I'm guessing for the international tours they wanted to bring more international superstars, and I'm guessing that's a great way per se. So again, Drew McIntyre did try to come out. He did try to come attack. He did try to attack Sammy. Um, didn't turn out well. So again, um, great way to probably build Sammy up a little more by seeing him evade the champion. So it's going to make it a little bit more believable. But I don't see this going ahead and ended up being. I don't see this ended up being a real life. Big time matchup, to be honest with you. So to the four matchup style, I'll give it a 3 out of 5. About Russia, I'm trying to learn more. Honestly, I'm trying to learn more about Mother Russia. If I'm being quite frankly honest, but yeah. So, but that's all for my wrestling take. Unfortunately, I'm talking about Saturday night's WWE Saturday night's main event that happened this past Saturday, but I am also done covering it also as well. Um, if y'all would, please make sure y'all hit the like and subscribe. I am going to have more live feeds also coming later on. And then also later on this evening, we're going to be doing our NFL post uh, conference championship coverage. So please be in tune for that. And make sure you hit the like and subscribe. And make sure you hit the notification button for when my next live sessions are on. And I will get back with you on another time frame. Take it easy, everybody.